Taanis, Perek Beis, Mishnah Vav. We've explained in the previous Perek that there were 3 different levels of fasts for rain. The first 3, the second 3 fasts, and then the final 7, making up to a total of 13 fasts. Each group, the 3, the 7, became more severe in the activities that were permissible on those fasts. This Mishnah deals with the Kohanim that were on duty in the Beis HaMikdash. To understand the activities of the Kohanim, there are 2 important words, the Anshe Mishmar and the Anshe Beis Ov. The Anshe Mishmar, that will be mentioned in the Mishnah, the Bartanura says the Anshe Mishmar, they were Chof Daled Mishmaris, 24 groups, 24 watches of Kahuna. It's been mentioned elsewhere, particularly in Mesechus Sukkah. All the Kohanim were divided into 24 different groups. Kol Mishmar Oved B'Shabbat Sheloi. Every group would be on duty for 1 week, and then the next week a different group. Over a year, therefore, on average, every group would have 2 opportunities to be on duty for a week. Within that group, that Mishmar, there was a further subdivision, and this is called a Beis Ov, house of the father. And the Anshe Beis Ov, the people of the house of that particular father, HaMishmar, says the Bartanura, Mischalik was subdivided, L'Shiva Bote Ovis. The Bartanura holds, like others, that there were 7 subdivisions of this Mishmar, Keminyan Yemos HaShavua, according to the days of the week, Kol Echod Oved Yomei. Every one of these Bote Ov, Beis Ov, would work on one particular day. There are others, particularly Rashi, explains, not here but elsewhere, explains that in fact there were only 6 subdivisions, because on Shabbos itself everyone from the Mishmar could work and do the Avodah. But according to the Bartanura and others, there were 7. Now we return to these fasts, and we'll see that, of course, doing the Avodah needed one's strength, concentration, strength, and therefore the Chachomim did not impose so much on the Kohanim that were on duty if the effects of the fast would hamper their Avodah. And the Mishnah says the following: Gimul Tanios Horishonos, the first 3 fasts, which were not so severe, Anshe Mishmar, the people from that particular watch, that group that were on duty during that week, Misanin would fast for the lack of rain, V'lo Mashlimin, but they would not complete that fast. What does it mean they would not complete that fast? Says the Bartanura, She'atanios Horishonos Einon Chamurim Konkach. They're not so severe, and therefore let us first of all look at the rest of this Mishnah. Va'anshe Beis Ov lo hoyu misanin klal. However, the Beis Ov, the house of the father, was actually on duty that day, Monday, Thursday. They would not fast at all. But not only that, the Anshe Mishmar, the rest of the Anshe Mishnah, would fast but not complete the fast. What that means is also a machlokas, whether it means just towards the end of the afternoon they would stop, or maybe, according to some, they would stop just after Chatzos, half an hour after Chatzos. Why would the rest of the Anshe Mishmar not be completing their fast in order to give them strength? They weren't on duty on that particular day. Only that Beis Ov was on duty. Says the Bartanura, as these first 3 fasts were not so severe, the whole Anshi Mishmar, even those not on duty on that day, did not complete the fast. The rest of that Mishmar, why not? If the workload of that particular Beisov that day was particularly high, that Beisov that was working on that Monday or Thursday, and there was a lot to be done, Yorvoyu Elu, other members of that Mishmar could come to supplement and help the actual Beisov on duty, L'sayon to help them, V'yehibohen koach lavod, and they need strength to be able to do the avodah, and therefore the Chachomim said on the first 3 fasts, the whole Mishmar did not need to complete the fast, only the Beisov wouldn't fast at all. Continues the Mishnah. Sholosh Shnios, the second 3 fasts, which became more severe as mentioned in the previous parak. Anshe Mishmar Misanin Umashlimin. Now, as it's more severe, the rest of that Mishmar, that watch that was on duty that week, they would fast and complete that fast. For Anshe Beisov, however, the people of that Beisov, that house of the father that were on duty on that day, Misanin v'lo mashlimim, they would fast, but they would not complete the fast. And the final 7, the Sheva Achronis, the final 7 fasts, which were most severe, Elu v'elu, whether the base of that were on duty on that day, or the whole Mishmar, Nisanin umashlimin, they would fast and they would have to complete the fast, although they were doing the avodah. Divrei Rabbi Yeshua, this is the view of Rabbi Yeshua. Chachomim disagree. The Chachomim say no. The Sholish Taniyos Horishonos, the first 3 fasts, which were least severe, Elu v'elu, the Mishmar, the base of, Lo hoy misanin klal, they did not have to fast. The fast was not imposed upon them because they had the avodah to do and they needed their strength. However, Sholosh Shenios, the second 3 fasts, Anshe Mishma Misanin v'lo mashlimin, the people of that watch, they would fast. They wouldn't complete the fast because they may be called upon to help out towards the end of the day if there was a lot of work on, and therefore they were allowed to break their fast earlier on. But Anshe Beisov, the people of the base of who were actually on duty that day, Lo hoy misanin klal, they didn't fast at all. And finally, the Sheva Achronos, the final 7 fasts which were most severe, Anshe Mishma Misanin Umashlimin, those people, part of the watch, that weren't specifically on duty on that day, they would fast and they would complete the fasts. For Anshe Beisov, those people from that particular Beisov that were on duty on that day, Misanim, even they would still fast, but below Mashlimin, they would not complete the fast to give them that extra strength. That concludes the Mishnah.